my name is Jo Leymarie, and I've been a Talentis coach for 4 years. I was in business, so I have a 25 years experience in business. And I was mainly setting up business units in France for international companies. And then my last, I would say, corporate job was in the information sector. And I was the deputy MD for a company that bought and sold information for large businesses or for university libraries. And I joined that company after a large reorganizing or restructuring project. And I think that's where I really decided to make the switch to coaching, because I really saw the impact that having proper support and help during those big transition phases, the difference it can make. And that's when I decided to become a coach. Yes, I think my philosophy on coaching is that it's very much a partnership. And I think it's important for the coach and the coachee or the company they're working with to have a strong alliance around what they're doing. And my real philosophy would be that it's important to be curious, in the nice sense of the word, to be curious about what might be happening for the person, for the organization, or what might be going on in their world. And after that, it's important to stay humble, because however much we think we might have understood a situation, as the coach, we're not the one in that situation. So it's important to really have that aspect of, I think I understand, but it's always the coachee that's in the driving seat. And that's important to remember. I think it is the word community that's important for me in the work I do with Talentis. For me, that's a very positive and enriching experience. To work with colleagues and peers. It also allows me to work for companies and organizations that international, have that worldwide reach, and that's what I like about working with Talentis. What comes to mind is a young woman I worked with fairly early on in my coaching career. And at the time, she had been identified as a strong talent within the business. She was quite young, she was very talented, but she didn't necessarily feel legitimate in some of the roles she was handling. And I think what really was, stood out for me, and I think for her as well, that through the coaching process, she actually went a lot further, more quickly than she thought she would. And she became the first female manager of a production plant in a foreign country. So it was quite a big step up for her, but also a big step for the company, because they hadn't actually promoted someone of her age or gender to that role before. I think what I'm seeing more today is that people are much more open to the idea of being coached. They're beginning to see that, in fact, coaching is quite a normal process. It's not necessarily to